Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Saturday. There was certainly a bit of excitement going on about 6 minutes ago because my computer totally crashed. I had the little disc or rainbow disc that is like a wheel of death, but that had frozen as well. So it was even worse. I had to hold on the power button of the computer. It all then went black, started it up again, and I've raced through opening all the programs that I need in order to do this live stream. So we do not know what's going to happen with this. Hopefully we can keep the connection going the whole time, and I'm probably going to have to open up other things while I'm streaming in order to get through everything that I want to get through, because we have had some pictures that have been uploaded which I haven't had a chance to upload into the software because it froze. And also I know that there were requests for, and this is maybe what did it, it was in the very moment I was trying to get the video of Sweet Emotion onto the software that it froze. And this is something that I've been waiting to do over the last few weeks, and I have the go ahead from Chris to then play it on the live stream, but it froze and it just broke the software and the whole computer. So unfortunately we won't be watching that tonight, but we will be having the video requested over on Patreon, which I saw Deborah requested it, and it was To Be With You by Mr. Big, my cover version of that. So we'll watch that on tonight's show rather than Sweet Emotion, which I will have to try and sort out for another live stream in the future. So fingers crossed, let's see what happens when I try and get you guys up on screen. I have tried to line it all up so that you can read everything going on, but there we have it. It seems to be working, the live chat room. So hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. We have Mike and Jennifer and Linda Z and Stan and John and Kathy and Deborah and Linda Z again, and Dark Hostess and Patrick, David, Laurie, Jennifer, Carol, Billy's in the house as well. Hello guys, thank you for joining me. I know that we started a couple of minutes late. I'm actually surprised that it was only a couple of minutes because of the disastrous failure that happened, and fingers crossed it's gonna stay working for the whole stream. And we've also got a pick roulette to get through, and I'm gonna try and figure out a way to show the pictures that have been uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, because there are a few of them. I might have to try and access them from the computer, do a screenshot of my folder that I open in order to then access the pictures that way, because I have saved them on my hard drive. So we will see what happens. It's all about just rolling with the punches tonight. And let me get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible, and also made everything possible to bounce back from all of these gremlins and things that happen in order to stop the live streams from happening. But it seems like we're okay so far. By the way, let me see if I can get the live likes up on screen, because we are at 112 already. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, and let me see if I can move it to get it centralized a little bit. You can just see my arrow on screen. I'm having to look at a different screen in order to organize all that. But 113, maybe we can get another thumbs up to get us off that unlucky 13, because that's the last thing we need on this live stream. But thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up, and if you can do that now as you come through the door, that would be great. We'll see how many likes we can get up to. I haven't even managed to get the likes goal organized for tonight. I can do that maybe during the first video, and also the amount of likes we need to get the pick roulette going. I'm not sure how many that is either, because I haven't had a chance to set that up, but I'll go to Facebook, check out Carla's message, see where we are at with that while the videos play. And just to get into the super chat window, because there have been some early donations, so thank you guys so much for these, and hopefully this is going to show up on screen, and I'm going to have to scroll up a little bit just to make sure I get everybody in here. So Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, I will be watching American football. I still want to win the roulette wheel spin. I will try to drop in at least once. As always, spike the likes with a big thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando, and enjoy the football, and we will wait to see when Orlando jumps into that live chat room. And Marilyn has donated $5. Thank you for this, Marilyn. The message is, hi Phil, You seem to be a workaholic, staying so busy with your channel, and it's so appreciated. Don't want you to get burned out. Please get some R&R with a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn. And especially with computer crashes and stuff, I don't think I can afford to have any time off. I've got to make sure that it all works. But as you guys probably know, on Mondays it's a little bit lighter for me, because then I'm just planning Wednesday's live analysis videos and going through the copyrights and making sure that that's going to be all right. And also on Thursdays, that's a little bit lighter for me as well. But at the moment I am organizing something for not this Thursday, but next Thursday. And I'll mention a little bit more about that as we get into the live stream. But at least on Monday, it's going to be a little bit of a lighter day for me, so I do get to rest to a certain level. I'm still doing all the comments and answering emails, all that kind of stuff. So I just like to keep up to date with that, because if I leave that, then it all catches up with me over the coming days for as long as I've left it. So I do like to keep it organized, but it's just the way of it. At the moment, we are at 157,000 subscribers on the channel. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, but also subscribing. We might be at 158,000, and I don't want to count my chickens before we get to 159,000, but the number just keeps on rising. So thank you everyone for subscribing, as well as liking the videos and the content on the channel here. And thank you for joining me on these live streams. So getting back into the super chat window, we have Stephen, who has donated $4. Thank you so much for that, Stephen. And is the guy with his summer fruits squash throwing his mug at the camera, or showing his mug to the camera, which is what I'll do now. Here is the Wings of Pegasus mug, and it says spike the likes on it. You can get yourself a mug if you go to the tray underneath this video, or head over to teespring.com. All the merchandise is over there. Type in Wings of Pegasus and you'll be able to find it, as well as the unique merchandise that Carla has made herself over on wingsofpegasus.com, and you can get hold of necklaces and earrings and all kinds of stuff. So thank you for doing that, Carla. And let me get back into the super chat window, because we have a few more that have come in. So thank you guys for these. And Deborah has donated $10. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is toward a new computer. So thank you for that. And I think pretty much the computer's okay, even though it is now a 2013 Mac Pro. So I used to think it was actually quite modern, but now it's probably getting a little bit old. So yeah, I'll have to save up for a new computer maybe, but thank you for that, Deborah, for that donation towards that fund. And Jim has donated $4.99. Thank you for this, Jim. It's a straight up donation. And Paul has donated $5. So thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, how's the golf game? Does weather matter? Or mater? So thank you for that, Paul. And the golf game is non-existent at the moment, because we're in lockdown here in the UK, which means that everywhere is closed. So even if you wanted to play golf, you're not allowed to play golf. And it was closed during the whole lockdown in November into the beginning of December as well. So not a great opportunity to play. But all, in terms of my last round, or my last 9 holes, it was actually very good, which is a little bit annoying, because I'd like to get out and play more golf, because, or maybe I shouldn't, because I could end on a good round, which I think every golfer wants to end on a previously good round. So yeah, for me it was quite good. What I aim to try and do is just 1 over par on each hole. And for most people, I guess that's probably quite rubbish. But for me, if I can do that, then I am very happy. And that's what I managed to do on my last round. So yes, unfortunately, everywhere's locked down. So even if I wanted to get out and play golf, it's not possible. But also, as a lot of you viewers will know who've been watching me for a while, I got my finger caught, or should I say squashed, in a golf buggy that I was putting together. And yeah, that happened about 6 months ago now. So my little nail on my little finger has now almost fully recovered. It just needs one more little bit of growth, and you won't be able to notice that I squashed it and my nail fell off, and yeah, it wasn't very nice at all. I'm amazed actually how lucky I was that I didn't actually chop my finger off because of the impact. So that's my previous history with golf, so it's probably good for me to stay away from it for a while, but as soon as things open up again, then yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get out there, even though it's really cold at the moment. So we're talking about close to freezing and minus temperatures, and if it's freezing, it means that the course isn't open anyway because of the frozen ground and the frozen grass. So we will see what happens in the future, but thank you, Paul, for asking and for that donation. We have Nalita, who has donated $25. Thank you for that. And the message is just because. So thank you for tuning in tonight. And if any of you guys are new to the live streams, introduce yourselves, say hello in the live chat room, and the moderators, just a massive shout out to them, first of all, for doing such a great job in the live streams. But also, if you are new, introduce yourselves. The moderators will say hi. I'm sure everybody else will say hi as well, because that's all that happens here. We've got such a great community in the live streams. All that happens is that one person comes along who's new, says hello, and then 156 people later, just talking about the likes here, we then have 156 or 157 people who have all said hello and now tune in regularly. So thank you guys for coming back to these live streams and making it a community. This is something that I notice in the other live streams that you can see on YouTube. If I do look at somebody else's channel, it seems to be that in the live chat room, it's just lots of people that don't know each other, and it's just random messages about the particular video, and then the person doing the live stream can't see the messages, so there's no interaction there, and nobody's interacting with each other in the live chat room. And I think it is a rare thing that in these live streams, we've got people that, because we're just coming back every Tuesday and every Saturday, we get used to everybody who tunes in and the regulars, and then when somebody new comes in, then they'll join in the next time, and then they become a regular as well. So it's such a great community feel to the live streams, and thank you guys for making it feel like that in the first place by joining in and conversing with each other, but just making it a great place to be on a Tuesday and a Saturday night. So thank you for that. And thank you, Lethia, as well, who has donated $2. And the message is, Phil, how famous do you want to get? Is there a limit? So thank you for that, Lethia. And I'm as famous as I want to be. I'm not really bothered about becoming famous. My main goal was always to make enough money to live, either just writing music, performing music, teaching, or having some kind of way of financing what I do musically through the sale of my music. And fortunately, I have managed to reach that goal. So once I've reached that goal, I was never thinking, right, I want to be famous to this level, and then making a living making music is a secondary thing. For me, it was always just try and make a living with music, because I know that so few people ever get to that goal, and that's the one that I set for myself, and fortunately have reached now, which is great and amazing. And the fame side of it, I'm not really bothered about, because I know that if I was really famous, say for example, the last thing that we had, talking about going and playing golf. At the moment, if I wanted to go out and play golf, that would be fine, because nobody knows me. It's in my local town, especially on the golf course. Nobody recognizes me, and I can get away with just doing normal things. And if I go shopping, not that you can in lockdown, but if I were to go shopping, I wouldn't be recognized, and it's fine. So I don't have a problem with going out and just living a normal life, and then just doing this and doing analysis videos and talking to other musicians on the internet. But in terms of fame, I think if I became really famous, it might be a bit of a pain, because I wouldn't be able to do the normal things that I want to be able to do. So yeah, in terms of fame, I'm not really that bothered, and I'm not really trying to hit a particular level or bothered about hitting a particular level. As long as I can just keep on doing what I'm doing, then that's all that matters to me. But anyway, thank you for that, Lethia. And Paul has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Paul. And the message is, it's a solid 158,000 in the subscriber count. And I think I said 157 did I start with, and then 158, and then maybe it's getting up towards 159 now. I think maybe we're getting there from what Paul says. So thank you for that, Paul. We will see what happens over the next few days. If we do clock over to 159,000, that would be amazing. But thank you, Paul. And Cindy has donated $5. Thank you for this, Cindy. The message is, Happy New Year, Phil. Here's towards banishing the wheel of death. Don't worry, with a peace symbol and heart. So thank you for that, Cindy, and Happy New Year to you as well. Carl has donated $5 for the usual, and please stay COVID-free one and all is the rest of that message. Thank you for that, Carl, and I'm sure everybody wishes the same for you as well. And yeah, definitely difficult times that we are living through at the moment, but hopefully Carl's donations for that usual, which is the Cross the Pond Fund, hopefully we can get to a point at which some people can cross the pond and actually start to travel again. Fingers crossed. But thank you for that, Carl. Sue has donated $20 as well. Thank you for this, Sue. It's a straight up donation. And Kevin has donated $2 as well. And the message is, Happy 86th birthday, Elvis, with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Kevin. And Kay has donated $10. Thank you for this, Kay. And the message is, you talked about doing multiple takes to get the different camera angles for your cover songs. Does that hold true for the audio too, or do you only record audio once? So thank you for that, Kay. And the audio is one track, and obviously if I'm playing all of the instruments, I have to record those separately, so I have to multi-track. So it means that generally what I'll do is play through the guitar, and if there's rhythm guitar, you record the rhythm guitar. If there's lead guitar, you then have to record the lead guitar. You can't do it all at the same time. If there are keys, I then have to record the keys, and the drums are separate, so I record those, and I record the bass. So you're literally doing a new track for every instrument, and then I'll record the vocal, which is another track. If I have to harmonize with myself, obviously I can't do that at the same time, so I'll have to record the harmony for the vocal. And once all of those takes are done, that is now one track. And that is then applied to the audio in time with the video. So when I'm performing the video and I'm singing into the microphone, I then have to make sure that it's all in sync. So yeah, it's quite a long process in order to get it all organized, but it is something that, yeah, with the camera, because I have one camera that I move around, I have to make sure that, I think I mentioned this in the last live stream about getting all of the video to match up to the audio. And that's just a case of moving it all around, because sometimes I'll start singing, but then you don't hear the singing because it might still be in the intro because the audio's out of sync with the video, and I have to sync up every piece of video to the audio. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but yeah, it takes a very long time in order to do that. But I think everybody that edits audio and video knows exactly what I'm talking about. But thank you for that, Kay. And Marge has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Marge. It's a straight up donation. Sue has donated $5. Thank you for this, Sue. The message is, my first live chat. For now, I'm officially retired and free on Saturdays. So thank you for that, Sue, and welcome to your first ever live stream. And I'm sure everybody in that live chat room welcomes you as well. Everybody say a big hello to Sue, who is attending her first live stream tonight, and hopefully it's the first of many. And Paul has jumped in there again and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. Message is, no worries for 2021. In the immortal words of Chumbawamba, I get up again. So thank you for that, Paul. We are going to be jumping into the first video of the night, and this was requested over on Patreon. I have a Patreon tab open so I can have a little look here, and the request that I saw was for Don't Cry, and it's the one with my sister in the video as well. And the reason that I think I'm playing this as well is because I haven't had time to organize everything because my computer crashed. If you're just joining me, it crashed right before we were about to go live. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. And now I'm looking through the requests over on Patreon. I can't see the one that I looked at in order to have a video. And It was Beverly who requested this one, so thank you for that, Beverly, and I am scrolling down now. There's a lot more comments than I initially saw, so thank you for requesting. I'll be going through those and have a little look through. I'm going to jump into this video now. I hope you guys enjoy it, and in the background I'm going to be trying to organize the rest of the stream so that it all goes swimmingly, but I'll see you guys after this. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Don't Cry. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. You can pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com/music. I think I've changed the page too. I was going to say store, but now the store has turned into merch and the music page has its own page. So you can head over just to wingsofpegasus.com and you'll be able to find it all on there. So let me get you guys back up on screen and the super chat window as well. And while that was playing, I was trying to organise things for later on in the live stream where we have a look at some of the pictures. But I think we're going to have to wing it when we get to that point, so it might all look a little bit rubbish because I'm having to do it on the fly and not uploading it to the software. So we will see. It's going to be exciting to see what happens on this live stream because I'm not setting it up in the normal way. And just while I remember to mention a couple of things, I did mention this over on Patreon that I've been trying for, well, myself and Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult have been trying for ages to organise our diaries so that we can have an appearance together on the channel. And at the moment, myself and Buck are due to get together on the 21st of this month, which is going to be a Thursday. And what I'm probably going to do is then edit our conversation together and our pretty much, it's not an analysis, it's probably going to be more like a chat or an interview, and also talking about The Symbol Remains, which is the new album that Blue Oyster Cult released at the end of last year. So we'll probably be chatting about that quite a bit, and of course Buck's playing and singing, lots of other stuff. So that is due to happen on the 21st of this month. So you guys can look out for that. I'll keep everybody in the loop, especially during these live streams, but over on Patreon as well, because it is something that I've been trying to organise for a very long time. And I did have a picture of myself and Buck here on the software somewhere. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it. Maybe if I do find it during when a video is playing, I can have a search for it. And if that last video did go a little bit jumpy, it's because I'm asking the computer to do lots of different things, because I'm opening windows, closing things, and organising stuff for later in the stream with the pick roulette wheel and all that stuff, getting the dimensions correct for that. So hopefully I might be able to find that picture, because Buck was very nice and invited me along to hang out with him and the guys when they played here in London. I think that was a couple of years ago now. They're playing at the Hammersmith Apollo, and yeah, it's great to catch up with Buck then, but also I'll be catching up with Buck on the 21st of this month, so keep an eye out for that. Another thing that I just remembered is that over on Patreon, which is where these people at the bottom of the screen support me over there, and it's just so happens to be the way that when I say these people down here, that's where we're just about to go through and it resets and we see all the names again. So there weren't actually any names, but these people at the bottom of the screen, they support me and just make everything possible on the channel. So a massive thank you again to you guys. But I mentioned over on Patreon that there are sometimes, and I have been speaking to a few people about this over on Patreon, how sometimes people become a patron to get their name either on the live stream or to get access to all of the other videos that are on there, the live performance videos and all that kind of stuff. And then just before the first of the month, which is where the pledges go through, they cancel, and so it means that they get all of the stuff from Patreon and they cancel on the 30th or the 31st of the month, depending on how many days of the month there are, and it means that they're not charged, but they've had access to everything on Patreon, and it is a little bit of a pain. And fortunately now the whole thing has changed. So Patreon, if you do become a patron, it means that if you're a patron for say $3, you are charged the $3 when you become a patron. So it just means that people that are trying to get on there to get access to the stuff for free and then they cancel before they're charged, it just eliminates that. So just to let you guys know that thankfully that is now the way that it's going to work on Patreon, which is great. And also just before the live stream, I enabled the yearly membership thing, which I haven't really looked into yet, but I believe what it is that if you become a patron for a yearly amount, you get 10% off the amount rather than paying $3 a month. For example, if you pay $36 for the year, then you get 10% off that, which will be $3.6. I'm just having to try and use my maths now. But then you can sign up for a whole year if you want to, which means that you'll get access to everything on Patreon for a year. And also, I do say on these live streams that with YouTube, sometimes people miss the notifications, or YouTube doesn't tell everybody about every single video, whereas over on Patreon I upload there every night I do a video. So it means you will get a separate designated email for every single video, and you'll never miss one if you are over on Patreon. So that's another good reason to do it, as well as getting your name on these live streams. So let me just show up the site, because sometimes people don't know how to spell Patreon, because there is an E in there on the website, even though they are called patrons of mine. So you can head over there if you want to, and that's patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. So let's get that off the screen and let's jump into the super chat window, because we've had a little bit of action in there, and I'm gonna have to scroll up just to make sure that I see everybody. So thank you guys for this, and let me just go up and make sure I don't miss anybody. So we have Chai Lover, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, what amp brand do you like? Orange, Vox, Hiwatt or Marshall, or maybe another brand? So thank you for that donation and the question. And I use line 6, so not one that has been suggested there. I used to use Marshalls, but I found that getting the Marshall, I actually used to have a MOSFET and that was just a really old amp. It was cheap, it was secondhand. It was a full stack, by the way, so 2 cabinets. But yeah, once I had that Marshall, just carrying it around was a bit of a nightmare. And also carrying around your effects unit separately was a nightmare as well. So then I changed to line 6 amps, and to begin with, I did actually get a line 6, and it was an HD 75, I believe. It's only a 75 watt amp, but then I instantly changed it for the Spider 3 HD 150, which is 150 watts and a lot better for the gigs that I was playing at the time in terms of filling out the venues if they didn't have a PA. So that's what I went for, and the great thing about the Spider 3 is that you've got all of your effects in the head, and I have explained that before in the live streams. So line 6 is what I use, and I have all of the effects stored in the head and just use a 4-way pedal in order to change between those settings on the amp. So it means that the pedal board that I'm actually carrying around is really small. It's only kind of about that size, just with A, B, C and D on there. So it keeps it all really nice and clean on stage, which is how I like it. You've also got the wah-wah pedal on there, works with volume of course as well, so that's a nice function to have as well. But anyway, thank you for that donation and that question. Michelle has donated $19.99. Thank you for this, Michelle. The message is, great work, thanks for the quarantine entertainment and for your vast knowledge. Love, Michelle. So thank you for that, Michelle, for the kind words, and it's no problem at all. I think I would be just doing this anyway without the quarantine and the self-isolation, all that kind of stuff. I'm just doing, fortunately, what I've been doing for the last few years, because I'm not really affected. It's just me in the room, and I'm not going to be breaking any particular laws during this time. But it is a shame that everybody is locked down, especially if they haven't got anything that they can do. Like if they are an outdoors person, they spend all of their time outdoors or partying and having social functions, then they definitely feel these times and feel it, I think mentally as well, it can stress them out. So yeah, not the best time if you are a very out there person, outdoorsy person. But fortunately for me, I'm just staying in this room and spending time with you guys as well on these live streams, and that is something that hasn't been affected, which is great for me personally. But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight and for hitting that thumbs up. We are at 225 likes so far. We'll keep on hitting that thumbs up, see where we get to, because we haven't got any targets tonight. I haven't managed to set up that part of the live stream yet, but I will try and do it at some point. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done in the next video. It might go a little bit jumpy the next video, because I will be trying to do that in the background, but I'll see if I can get those targets up on screen. But we are going to be having the pick roulette for tonight, so we'll look out for that if it actually shows up when I go to it. But we're going to jump back into the super chat window, because we've had a donation from Icifer as well, who has donated $20. Thank you so much for that. And the message is, life finds a way. I loved the shirt with a smiley face. And that is a reference to my Jurassic Park t-shirt that I have on at the moment. So yes, I am a big Jurassic Park fan, as I know Isifer is as well. So thank you for that donation. And thank you, Chris, as well, who has donated $5. And the message is, great shows and hang in there. So thank you for that, Chris, and I will do. Linda Z's in the house and has donated $20. Thank you for this, Linda Z. The message is, hi Phil, no questions from me tonight. Just a huge thank you for being the best distraction from all the craziness in the world right now. It's because of you that we have this great community in the first place, with a heart. So thank you for that, Linda Z. And there is a lot of craziness in the world at the moment with not only COVID, but here in the UK, we do have news coming in from the USA and everything that's going on over there. I personally haven't really been following it too closely. So fortunately, I think on these live streams is something that, because I don't know a lot about it, I think we can just keep on keeping on with these live streams and keep it all music based and just have a nice social place where politics and all these different things don't get involved so much, because I think it's great just to forget about things for maybe an hour or a little bit over an hour, because the whole rest of people's lives will be taken up with all of that kind of stuff. But over here in the UK as well, we are going through Brexit and everything, so everything's happening at the same time in terms of COVID and getting a deal with Europe. I think that we have got a deal again. I'm not really following the news all that much because I'm so busy answering comments and emails and all that kind of stuff to do with the channel, but there's certainly a lot going on in the world at the moment. And another thing that I saw on the news is that China was saying that COVID didn't start where it did start. There you go. I've just said what they're denying, but what we all were led to believe, that it did start in, I think, October or maybe September, October time. There was the first case in China, but then they didn't report it, and that's why it got out of hand and all this kind of stuff. And then the person who reported on it first, I saw in the news, got put in jail. They've been jailed for 4 years for reporting that it broke out in China. But now China are saying that they didn't break it out, or that it didn't break out in China, it started in other countries, in which case it means that the person that's been put in jail can't be put in jail because they reported on something that happened in another country, so that's impossible. So pretty much everywhere you look in the world, there is something of a contradictory nature happening, and it doesn't make sense to me. So hence why I'm just going to stick to music, not try and understand what's going on. And music is something that brings everybody together, and I think we can all just agree on listening to great music and enjoying it. And yeah, I think it's the people in powerful positions that have got these other agendas. I think the normal person on the street is just, unfortunately, a lot more switched on and sensible than the people who are running everything. But anyway, we won't get political, but just to mention, those are some of the things that I've seen on the news, but I probably shouldn't comment because I haven't seen a lot of the details to do with that. But anyway, I thought it was just weird that I saw that, yeah, China are saying that it didn't start there, even though they've jailed somebody for saying that it did start there, because if it didn't, they didn't have to be jailed. But anyway, let's get back into the live stream. I think this is the problem. See, with Linda Z, thank you for that donation. Even just hinting at something, we know that the world is a crazy place at the moment. Hopefully 2021 things will improve and get back to a little bit more of a normal state and just a little bit more of a sensible, common sense state. I think that's what everybody wants in the world. But anyway, thank you as well, Wild Bill, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, a little something for whatever. Wishing you a happy 2021. Great performance as always. So thank you for that. And Jen has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Jen. The message is, was checking out the X Factor vids because I hadn't seen the whole thing and was wondering what the fake tattoo on your back spelled out, with an inquisitive face. So thank you for that, Jen. And on my back, I had I love Gary Barlow, which was a judge on the show at the time, because it was all very tongue-in-cheek and I was kind of proving a point on there. That's why I just wrote that on the back. And Gary Barlow is a singer and guy who's written a lot of great songs. He's known for a band called Take That. They're a boy band back in the day, and he was on the panel, so I decided to write that on my back and have fake transfer tattoos on. So as you can tell, yeah, very tongue-in-cheek, but a lot of people, I have explained it a lot of times on the live stream, so I won't get into it again, but that's what it said. So thank you for that, Jen. And Lucy has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, how do y'all? Spike the likes, buy the cool merch, and join the Facebook page and Patreon with a thumbs up, some rock horns, a heart, and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And all of you guys, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page over on Facebook if you do want to get involved over there and upload some pictures, which we will be looking at after the cover that I've played through in a second. Music Maiden has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, I watched your cover of Sweet Emotion on YouTube and it was breathtaking. I cannot wait for the Gremlins to go away so you can broadcast it to the world. Rock with some rock horns. So thank you for that. And I'm just trying to think of probably a way that I won't be able to do it, but with the live analysis videos that I do on a Wednesday night, when I do those, you can hear the audio from the video that I'm watching on YouTube. So I'm trying to think of a way to maybe watch that video in that way, but I haven't set up the live stream in order to do that, because that's another project that I've had to set up for the live analysis videos. But I might have to try and work a way in to do that, so that if the video that has been requested won't upload and the whole thing freezes, maybe I can do it as a workaround. But just something to think about for myself in the future. But thank you for that donation and the kind words as well. Laura's in the house and has donated $20. Thank you for that. The message is just saying, thanks for being a bit of sunshine when we need it. So no problem, Laura. Thank you for joining me tonight. And Jeannie has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, so excited for the Buck Dharma chat and for the next In at the Deep End smiley face rock with a guitar, a heart, and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And I don't think, just to clarify with Buck, I think we'll be talking about guitar playing and their new album and all that kind of stuff. I don't think we're going to be doing any In at the Deep End with Buck, but you never know, maybe it's something that we can do in the future. But I know that even just getting together for a chat is very difficult, getting our schedules with the time zones as well, but being so busy, and Buck's a really busy guy, so just getting maybe 10 or 15 minutes to chat is very difficult. But we have said we are going to do it on the 21st of this month at 5 p.m, I do believe, Greenwich Mean Time. That's the level at which we've had to try and organise it to make sure we are both there that second. So that will be coming up. But thank you so much for that donation, Jeannie. Kay has donated $5. Thank you for this, Kay. The message is, do you think Brexit will make it more difficult for bands to tour around Europe? So thank you for that question. And from what I've heard, that might be the case, because of just restrictions in Europe and having to maybe get a visa in order to play there. But I don't know. When I say play there, I mean across the channel in France and Germany and the different countries where a lot of bands from the UK go to in order to play. They might have to get visas now, but I don't know how it's going to work out. We will find out in the future and what the agreement is and what it entails. But thank you for that, Kay. And Karen has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, I appreciate that you teach and remind me musically in your analysis videos and live streams. Thanks for the positivity you bring. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen, and the kind words as well. And Jan has donated 50 Norwegian kroner as well. So thank you for that, Jan. We are going to be jumping into the requested cover for tonight. As I said, I saw that Deborah requested this one over on Patreon, and I'm just going to have a little look to make sure that was correct, but also just to see if somebody else requested it, because maybe it was Karen as well, so that was very well timed because Karen's donation was just read out. Also, Keenan just jumped in there with a donation of $5. Thank you for that, Keenan. The message is, hey Phil, did you have a chance to see the Xander Zon video I sent you? So thank you for that, Keenan. And I don't think that I've had a chance to see it yet. And I don't know whether you sent that to me via email, but sometimes on the emails it takes me a time to actually follow up with getting to all of the videos, because as I'm sure you guys can imagine, I get quite a lot of emails and quite a lot of suggestions for videos to watch, but also quite a lot of videos of people asking me to see their playing and listen to their music. But I do try to get through all of them. So thank you for this, Keenan. And if that was in an email, then I will go through and make sure that I have checked all of those. If it was quite a while ago, then I might have already checked it out. It's just not ringing a bell at the moment. But I'll make sure that I definitely look into that in the future. And if I'm not sure whether you can put a link in the live stream, it's probably better to put a link in the comment section of the YouTube videos, but then also emailing it again, but putting as the subject about the live stream, because then I can click on it and know what it all relates to and it'll all be fine. But anyway, Keenan, thank you for that donation, and thank you everyone for the donations tonight. I am going to be jumping into the video requested over on Patreon by Deborah and Karen as well, and this was my version of To Be With You by Mr. Big. I hope you guys enjoy it. If it goes a bit jumpy, it's because I'm doing lots of things in the background. By the way, you guys, you can still hit that thumbs up while this live stream's going on. We'll see if we can get a spike of the likes at 10 to 1 in the morning here and see where we end up with that likes counter. I'm going to try and update the likes to see where we're aiming for tonight, but we've probably got about 20 minutes left of the live stream, so we will have to be quick hitting those thumbs up. But I will see you guys after this. Rock!
Hold on, little girl, show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl, a broken heart can't be that bad when it's through, it's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? And I've seen it all go down. Your game of love was all rained out. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to hold you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of
And there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for requesting that over on Patreon, Deborah and Karen. And I'm going to get you guys back up on screen, the super chat window as well. And I have been messing around behind the scenes of that video, trying to get things organized on the screen. So tonight's like goal is 360. It's a little bit late to tell everybody, but that is what we're aiming for. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it'll be much appreciated if you can do that. And we're going to be looking at the pick roulette lights target as well. That's going to be 365. So if we do hit that target, it means that we're going to have a pick roulette next week on next Saturday's live stream. We'll see how we get on with that, whether we reach it or not. But if we just keep an eye on that lights counter, we will see. And as you come through the door, if you can give it a thumbs up, that would really help the channel to grow as a whole as well. I know that we have the catch-up crew that do watch these live streams as well after the fact and hit that thumbs up. So thank you to you guys for doing that later on tonight as well. It is much appreciated. Every single thumbs up helps. So we are going to be attempting, or I'm going to be attempting to jump into showing some pictures, but also getting into the pick roulette for tonight, and hopefully it's going to all work. I'm not sure whether it will. Before we do, I just want to get into the super chat window in order to address some of the donations in there. So we have Melissa, Boomer of the Night, who has donated $5. So thank you so much for that. And the message is, have you ever done Delaney and Bonnie featuring the Allman Brothers? Only you know and I know. So thank you for that, Melissa. And I haven't, to my knowledge, not that I can remember. I think it's one of those that maybe I can put it on the list, or I will put it on the list after this. I have done the Allman Brothers before, and I actually got a message from them over on Facebook as well after I did that video, which was cool. And yeah, I'll have to make sure that I haven't, but I'm pretty sure that I haven't. So that'll be one for the list. So thank you, Melissa, for giving me that suggestion and giving that the donation as well of $5. It is much appreciated. And we've had another donation of $10 from D Sugimoto, who has donated $10, well, 313. Let me get the numbers in the right order. D Sugimoto 313, who's donated $10. It's because the screen's really small. It's difficult to see what numbers are where, but thank you for that. And the message is, I just saw a short video clip on Skiffle's Lonnie Donegan's influence on British music. Could you please give us a quick comment? Okay, so, I mean, this is a guy who had a huge influence on music before the Beatles. So we're talking about Skiffle. I mean, it's not an area that I know a lot about, but Lonnie Donegan had a lot of hits here in the UK, and I don't know how many off the top of my head, but seriously large number of top 30 hits and also top 10 hits. So yeah, he's one of those guys that dominated the charts and was an influence on so many other performers that would come along later. But it's something that I might have to do something in the future analysis video, but it's a name that had a huge influence. So on British music, I'm not sure whether people over in the USA know as much about Lonnie Donegan. I'm going to have to check, or maybe throw it out to the live chat room. But yeah, certainly before the Beatles, we're talking about the main name and a very well-known name in the UK. But thank you for that donation. And Stephen has donated $3 as well. And it's the guy giving the big thumbs up. So thank you for that. Right. This is where things get a little bit experimental on the live stream, because I'm going to be trying to access the pictures that I haven't uploaded to the software, but I'm going to take a screenshot of the pictures in order to try and show them on the screen. And the first thing that I do know will work, fingers crossed, is that we can get the background. So I'm now not on screen. So everything has maybe improved because I'm not on screen anymore. But hopefully we're going to be able to have a look at Stan with his pick. And don't panic if the roulette wheel music starts up, because it's something that I'm having to do on the fly, and it might just start up randomly, which I think it has. So this, hopefully you can see Paul on screen. I'm really just hoping that things are gonna work. So here we have Stan with his pick. So congratulations, Stan, for winning that pick, and just for winning about 1 million picks. Everybody knows Stan. I think this is his second pick that he won. So congratulations on that, Stan. And I am going to attempt to try and get Deborah's picked in on screen as well. So here we have it. You can see how the screen has been a little bit cropped at the sides, because I'm looking at this in the overall operating software, the whole, I don't know what you call it, the interface that you use on a Mac Pro. So here we have Deborah's pick tin. So this is the tin that you can see, and to try and, well, it does look like it's really big, but it's not massively big. Maybe I can show the pick tin that I have here to give you guys a sense of scale, but there it is. So thank you to Deborah and to Stan previously for uploading the pictures to the Facebook, the Wings of Pegasus supporters Facebook group over there. And I think we might be able to see Deborah's feet there as well in the picture. So thank you for that, Deborah. And last but not least, hopefully this is going to work. And this is Randy, who has uploaded a picture of his t-shirt. So thank you for uploading that to the supporters group over on Facebook, Randy. And I do believe that he's a new member over there. So welcome to that group over on Facebook, and thank you for joining, Randy. And thank you guys for uploading your pictures. I know that there was another picture from Vince that has been uploaded, and I unfortunately couldn't get access to that. For some reason, there are pictures that I can get access to and other ones that I can't. And in order to get Vince's picture, it said that I had to log in or switch profiles to my personal profile, which I did. But then for some reason, I don't know why, it then shows the screen about 500% of the size, and it's the really old Facebook logo at the top. I don't know what happens when I go over to my personal Facebook. It just doesn't work very well. So that's a bit of a shame. So we couldn't get Vince's picture, but thank you guys for uploading your pictures. It is much appreciated. And I'm going to get rid of that and then maybe come back to me so that we can see what's going on. And now I'm going to move all my screens around and try and get exactly the same thing that we had going on there. But in order to see the pick roulette wheel, we will see if it works. So thank you guys for uploading those pictures. We have had another donation, and it's come in from Karen. So thank you for that, for $5. And the message is, Phil, Chipper was just singing along with you during To Be With You. No, he wasn't auditioning, just enjoying your cover. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And Chipper obviously getting involved with the vocals there as well. And Cindy has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Cindy. And the message is, Phil, of all these songs on your CD Persistence, which one was the most difficult to complete, either with the lyrics or the musical composition? Thanks. So this means using my memory. So thank you for that question, Cindy. Just trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know. Maybe from a production perspective, maybe Amelia was one of those, because I put strings on there and came up with some counter melodies with violins. It took a long time to get the production right on that, because without playing the violin and trying to get it to sound nice in the background, to have some strings, and also composing other melodies that are going to complement the main lead lines and vocal melodies and vocal lead lines as well, it was difficult getting it to sound good, because you might have the idea for a song, you might record the vocals and have all the instruments down, but then production is a totally different skill set. So trying to get it to sound how you can hear it in your head is very difficult, because you can't just say to the computer, play it like I hear it in my head. You have to apply all of the compression and little bits of reverb and pan things in different places, EQ it all so that the mix sounds better. So yeah, there are a lot of things to put into that. So Amelia, from that perspective. You can also throw Paris Nord in there with those compositional elements that I had to kind of put together and try and get them to sound good. And I think that's pretty much the ones that stick out from a production perspective. I think Percy Johnson took a bit of a while to write as well, but that was easier production wise because it's just guitars. A few extra little effects thrown in there, like the voice of the MI5 person and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and when I say the MI5 person, it wasn't an MI5 person. It's just me and Griff, my friend from my band, who's the second guitarist, just talking into a microphone, and then again applying effects to that to try and make it sound like somebody talking on a radio. But anyway, thank you for that, Cindy. And Shawnee has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, thanks for the great music. So thank you for the kind words and for that donation as well. So we are going to be jumping into the whole pick roulette thing for tonight. And let's see if this is going to work, because who knows? Fingers crossed, we are going to be jumping into it now, and it's all going to appear on screen, and it's going to be absolutely fine. And I should just pretend that I've got it all sussed. We will see. So that is the screen that has come up on screen, but let me give myself a little bit of time to get the pick roulette wheel up on screen by jumping into the special intro that I made. So here we go. So there we have it, and here is the pick roulette wheel right on cue. So right, let's see if we're going to be able to shuffle the names. If this is your first pick roulette, we have the names that were put on this pick roulette wheel due to them typing I agree while the live chat room is on screen. So you can type that after this. If we are going to reach that goal for the pick roulette likes roulette next, or the pick roulette wheel likes target for next week, then type I agree in the live chat room when you can see it. Don't do it now because you can't see the live chat room up on screen. So here's what we do. We shuffle the names 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we give the wheel a spin and we see who's going to win. So good luck everybody for tonight's pick roulette. We will see what happens. And it looks like we're starting to slow down. I can just see Lucy go through there. Oh gosh, has just gone through as well. An entertaining username. And we have Rock and Roll Reactions, I think that says. And Len Hub Shawnee. What are the chances of... Oh, that was so close. Pebbles. And John Smith. Is it going to end on John? Yes, it is. So congratulations, John Smith. One of the best names ever. I'm just moving that across so you can see John's name. And I thought for a second there we were going to end on Shawnee. And I'd literally just read out her message from the donation. So almost, but not to be. It is John Smith's lucky night tonight. So congratulations, John. And if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room to Carla, that would be great, because this is how it works. Now, John, if you can also let Carla know your details, all that kind of stuff, then we can get that sent off to you. Congratulations to John, and just congratulations all round to everybody for not only being on the wheel, but for it working in the first place, because I'm sure that wasn't going to work, but it's fine. Commiserations to everybody, but you can always enter the next live pick roulette wheel, and also you can put your name on the next one by typing I agree. And let me actually get rid of everything on the screen now. Congratulations again to John, but now you can see your names on the screen. Now would be a good time to type I agree in the live chat room, because that means you can then get your name on next week's pick roulette if we do have one next week. We are aiming for 360 likes, if I remember correctly, to have a pick roulette next week. 365 So we do have a lot of people that we need to come along before the end of the live stream, and it's 8 minutes past 1 here in the morning, so things are really closing in. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it would be much appreciated in order to get ourselves a pick roulette next week on the live stream. We will see how we get on. I'm just going to have another look on Patreon to see what was requested, because what we sometimes do is have a look at another video after the pick roulette in order to give you guys a bit of a chance to not only hit that thumbs up button, but to get your names typed in the live chat room. As you can see, a lot of the names going through saying I agree. So this is the correct protocol. If you don't know how it works, if you type I agree, you can get your name on that pick roulette wheel for next week. If we hit the target of 365, which is over there, the other side of the microphone. So we will see. Let me have a little look over on Patreon to see which songs have been requested. I can see that Karen requested Greed in there. And also Susan wanted That's Metal to My Ears. Don't Cry, which we've already played. Amelia as well. Percy Johnson, no comments. Okay, there's a lot of requests here. So the first one that I read out was, I've got a really bad memory, it was Greed, I think. So we'll have a little look at that. We'll play the lyric version of it if I can find it, which I have just seen where it is. Excellent. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and you can hit the thumbs up during this video if you want to. We're going to try and get up to that target of 365. We haven't got long left of the live stream, so it's going to be a race to see if we can get there. But I will see you guys after this. Rock.
Sees the
there we have it. That was my song called Greed. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And again, you can pick that over at pick it up over at wingsofpegasus.com. And you can also pick up my album called Persistence there, download tracks individually, check out the merchandise, whatever you want to do, you can do it over there. So, let me get the super chat window up on screen again. We are going to be calling things to a close really soon. It's 1:15 here in the morning in the UK, so it's getting a little bit late. But I do have other things after this live stream. I do go over on Patreon, check the messages over there, and also check the messages on Facebook, and the messages and comments on YouTube as well, that I read every comment, by the way, just in case you are new, and I mark it with a thumbs up and the little heart symbol to show all of the comments that I have read. So if I haven't done that, it just means that I haven't got to the comment yet. But anyway, let's get back into the super chat window, because Paul has donated $5. Again, thank you for that, Paul. The message is, how do you like doing your own harmonies versus singing with others? So thank you for that, Paul, the question. And because I can't harmonize with myself while I sing, I think it's maybe easier to harmonize with yourself because you just sing the line. But then again, sometimes if I am singing along with myself, I like to hear the other line that I've sung so that I can harmonize with it. But then again, other times, if it's a difficult harmony line, or a harmony line that isn't, say for example, always a fifth above the main line that I'm singing vocally, then I will just know the line that I'm singing and just sing that without hearing my other take, the other voice, so that I can get a really accurate line that I'm then putting together with the other main line, and I can put as much effort into the harmony as I do with the main line. It depends really, and there's also, like I've mentioned in other analysis videos about singing in harmony with other vocalists, there's the slight softening of consonants and the way that you pronounce words in order to get your vocal to blend in the background, rather than having what would be a lead vocal but as a backing vocal, because sometimes you want to have a softer sound in there, especially if it's not an aggressive song and you want to have a slightly less edgy tone to that backing vocal. So yeah, it depends really. But if it's up tempo and if it's just leaning into the sound the whole time and it is a proper hard rock song, then the backing vocals will be just as lent into as the lead vocal as well. But yeah, it does vary. But when I'm singing with other vocalists, it's something I don't really mind. I think live, if I haven't been in the situation where I'm a backing vocalist and that's all I'm doing, I'm always been singing the lead vocal, and if I was the backing vocalist, all I'd make sure I had was my in-ears, so my in-ear monitoring, so that I could hear my own voice, because that is the problem sometimes when you play live at larger venues. You can be playing and not hear anything that you're singing or that you're playing because of the overall sound of the PA of the venue that you're playing in. And yeah, sometimes it's just so loud that you can't hear anything. And also maybe people, if they are very loud and getting very excited by the music, people can make a hell of a noise as well. And just to throw in there, the amount of difference between the sound that you'll have with your sound check and then when you're playing in front of a big audience, because people absorb noise. So it means that when you've played and you've done your sound check and you think, oh, this is great, I've got a great mix and it's all fine, and then when you come to play live, the mix is totally different. It is the same mix that you had on the sound check, but because people are absorbing the noise, it means that it sounds muffled and then you can't hear what's going on, and the things that were really clear because you could hear the top end frequency of that particular signal is now gone because it's hitting an audience, and what might have been hitting the back of the venue and coming back at you isn't anymore because it's hitting people. So yeah, you get a totally different sound live sometimes to your sound check. So yeah, but when I'm referring that to vocals, that's why I'd have the in-ear monitoring, even if I was doing backing vocals, just to make sure that I could hear my own voice and make sure I'm hitting those harmony lines and not really worrying too much about the lead vocalist is doing, because as long as you're hitting your harmony lines, that's all that matters. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Paul. And Melissa has donated $5 with a heart and Paris Nord, so thank you for that, Melissa. And Lucy has donated $9.99 as well. Again, thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, good night or morning, y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane. We're going to get through this, but we must do it together. There's no I in teamwork. So thank you for that, Lucy. And that could almost be read as there's no L in teamwork. But I know it's an I. Thank you for that, Lucy. And we are going to be calling this live stream to a close very soon. And we are at 361 likes. So we're looking for 4 more people to hit that thumbs up. Just 4 more people. And I'm going to try and elongate the end of this live stream. It is almost 1 here in the morning, Greenwich Mean Time, but I'm going to extend it to at least 1. We've got 1 minute left. We're now looking for 3 more people to hit this target of 365 likes to get the pick roulette for next week. And if we do hit that target, hang on, what just happened? It just jumped up to 366. So it is official. And 368. So it is official. Thank you guys so much for spiking the likes right at the end of that live stream. And this live stream, of course, but that live stream we're going to be having next week will contain a pick roulette wheel with all of your names on there. If you have typed I agree in the live chat room. So all of those names that we saw going through earlier, they will be on the wheel. Again, massive thank you to Carla for sorting this all out with the wheel, and also for moderating, as well as Laurie and Neil as well for doing such a great job in there. Big shout out to the moderators. And just quickly, Susan has donated $9.99. Thank you so much for that. I think I'm gonna have to go up a little bit as well, because Lucy's last donation has gone up a little bit further. So Jill has donated $10. Thank you for that, Jill. The message is, hey Phil, got my 2 sisters to spike the likes tonight. Tell everyone to spike the likes too, with a heart and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Jill. And we have seen the sisters on screen previously, and long suffering watchers of this live stream would have seen Jill. And I say suffering because you have to look at me for over an hour on a Tuesday and a Saturday. Fortunately, we did get a bit of a break from that from the Wright sisters as well. So thank you for that, Jill. And Lucy has donated $4.99 again. Thank you for that. The message is, just got reminded there's a me in teamwork, but it's not about you. Some people think it is though. Not anyone here, I would believe. So thank you for that, Lucy. And Susan has donated $9.99 as well. Thank you for that, Susan, again. The message is, so glad I caught you. Yay, love wingers and the Patreons. So thank you for that, Susan. And thank you, patrons, everybody at the bottom of the screen. And I know that a lot of people call everybody Patreons, but they are referred to as patrons, like the patron saints of, or the patrons of the arts, as they used to have back in Shakespeare's day. So thank you everybody for becoming a patron of mine at the bottom of the screen, and also just for tuning in to these live streams and for spiking the likes, because without you guys we wouldn't get anywhere near these rather crazy likes targets that we have. But it's great that we can not only hit the targets, but we can have these pick roulettes, get some people winning some picks. And let me just show the Wings of Pegasus pick. There it is, and that's on its way to John Smith, by the way, if John was in the live chat room. And here's the pick tin that I said I would show earlier that I didn't show, but there we go. So every box has been ticked for tonight's live stream. It's been one of those that started a little bit wobbly because my whole computer crashed and it was a bit of a nightmare, but it's all been okay in the end. We showed some pictures, had a pick roulette, and I think I got through the news that I wanted to. There might be some other things that I'm not mentioning, but the main thing was about Buck Dharma coming onto the channel on the 21st, which I'll probably edit together, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So maybe the Sunday, the 24th, there should be that video that I'll release then with myself and Buck talking about guitars and music and The Symbol Remains, the new Blue Oyster Cult album. So you guys can check that out then, but I'm sure I'll reference that. I didn't find the picture. I forgot to look for the picture of myself and Buck when we hung out in London, but I'll maybe find that for a future live stream. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be calling it to a close now. I'm going to be live again on Tuesday night. And I've just seen Mario, oh Mario, wherefore art thou Mario? And that's Laurie putting a message in that live stream. Sometimes we have Mario popping up, actually most of the times on Saturdays. So Mario's not been here today. If he has been here, he's managed to sneak in and then sneak out without anybody noticing, or at least without me noticing in the live chat room. But anyway, we always say hello to Mario here during the live streams because that's just what we do, because he's sent me a couple of guitars as well. In the background you can see his Maton there, and there is a gem around here somewhere as well. It's just out of shot at the moment. But hello to Mario if you are watching this on catch up, and hello to everybody watching this on catch up as well. You can still spike those likes if you want to. Okay, we're calling it to a close now. I'm going to be live streaming again on Tuesday night. There's going to be another analysis video coming your way tomorrow night, and there's going to be another live analysis video on Wednesday night. So there's plenty going on. If you never want to miss a video, make sure you head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, because I release them there as well, and you get a separate email notification for every single video. So thank you for joining me tonight, guys. Huge shout out to the moderators and everybody, you guys in there, Richard and Billy, Jennifer, Carla, Neil, moderators in there, Sue, Jennifer, Susan and Dennis in the house as well, Billy, Paul G, and Pamela, and Karen still in there as well, and Stephen and Becky, and Chet, and Jennifer again, and Paul going through. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Hopefully I'll see you on Tuesday night as well. If you can't make it then, live analysis happens at the same time, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time on Wednesdays. And if I don't see you then I'll see you next week for another live stream on Saturday night. And we will be having another pick roulette going on then as well. So have a great night or day or morning, wherever you are, depending on what the time is in your time zone. And try and stay safe, follow your government's guidelines for social distancing and wearing masks, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully we can get in a slightly better place than we are, or we were, in 2020. Now in 2021, and stay as safe as possible. I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!